beautiful. So I wanted to come tell you a little story because me and Jewel had the same realization the other day, and I thought it was kind of funny and very interesting. And I don't really know what it means. I haven't really deciphered it. It was just something that we kind of both observed. And I don't know. Maybe if I talk through it, clarity will come. So the other day I was in here doing something. I don't even know. Cleaning, perhaps? And I'm like, I don't use photographs to decorate. I've never liked photographs in decorations, like personal photographs, like of people. I don't know, maybe it's just because I grew up in the 90s and everybody had faces plastered on their wall, and I don't like it. I like photos in books and scrapbooks and albums and things like that. Like, I've seen people do it very tastefully and I like the way they do it. But when it comes to aesthetic and just in general, I don't know, it never resonated with me. And I don't know if there's a specific reason or if it's just, I just don't like it. Like, I'm probably reading into it way more than I need to, but I don't like using photos to decorate. Other than like, it's not in here anymore, but we have a picture of the Atlanta Sky Wheel, and I love that picture, but it's architecture, and I love architecture because of the lines. And maybe it's something like that. Maybe it's because I'm more drawn to the masculine with structure opposed to organic forms. I don't know. It's never spoken to me to use photographs around my home. And I was thinking about this the other day, and the only photos that I've ever had printed up for display like that are the ones that I did for Caspian. So I actually have it here. Like, we did ones for him when he was doing Montessori. So like, these are the only photos that we've ever had printed. So this is like mom and dad, and this is mom and Caspian, like just stuff like that. But those are the only photos that we have around the house of us at all. And this was something that I noticed, and I'm like, the photo of Muse that's up there, that's the only photo that I've ever in my entire life actually put on display like that. And then Jewel came in the other day, and he mentioned the same thing. He's like, hey, you have never decorated with photos. You have never put my photo out like that. And I'm like, I know. I was literally just thinking about that. And so here I am now. And it's weird. And I think he's using it as like a comparison thing. Like, oh, maybe, you know, you love him more than you love me kind of a thing. But that's not really why I put the photo up. I put the photo up because of how much he inspires me, of just the way that everything he stands for and everything he is and does motivates me to do and be better. And the photo that I picked is a photo that I feel I see their soul in. And so it's almost like if you had a picture of your guru. Like, that's very much what it kind of feels like. Yes, I admire them. Yes, they hold a very special place in my life, and there are a lot of feelings there. There are a lot of deep longings and passions, and there's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, there is. But that wasn't the motivating factor for me to put that photo up there. Like, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what it was. Like, I can remember being like, I want to get a photo, and I had the photo because I wrote on the back of it, and I keep it in a box, and I'm like, you know what? I want to put this photo out. Like, it inspires me. It makes me smile. It makes me feel like I can stay focused and work towards what I'm doing, and because of that energy that they have brought into my life that I am so grateful for. And for a while I've been doing a gratitude practice where I express gratitudes and blessings for them, because I very much want to be able to give back a fraction of what they've been able to give me, and I feel like I'm gonna always be indebted. So that's become part of the practice, is I'll do those gratitudes and give back that energy, and in turn take all those elements from them that I admire, their consistency, their boundaries, their passion, and the dedication that they have to their own goals and aspirations. Like, all of it very much inspires me, and I borrow those elements as I work because I don't have those disciplines and I very much want them. So I borrow that energy, and that's actually something I talk about in one of my classes, is doing this act of having like a symbol or a person or something. Usually we use like a superhero and like borrow their energy, but that's what Muse and having their photo there has done for me, is allow me to tap into that energy and to have this self-accountability, not only for who they are, but the way that they've been able to push me over the past few months and keep me accountable and challenging me to these new growths, because it's been phenomenal to come to these awarenesses and to have these really excuse me, heavy layers and deep growth and just everything, and having these inner child wounds mirrored at me, and the divine masculine and feminine, just so much that I've been moving through, and I'm so grateful for it. And I love that aspect, because it's not something that I've ever really done. Like, there's like symbols that I've used, like I have my certain necklace that means like protection, and I have other ones, and I've used symbols, but I've never used an individual, because there's never been someone that I've looked up to like this ever. Like, there's a lot of people that like I admire for whatever work they do, like other coaches and things like that, but nobody on this level, nobody that's actually pushed me to grow. And I think the dynamic there is kind of interesting in how Jules was like, you never put pictures of me out, because he never was that for me. He never, like, nothing he's ever done has really been like it's never felt like it was like for me. Like, everything he's ever done has felt very like for him, very selfish and out of obligation. He's never challenged me to grow. He's never played that role for me. Nobody ever has. And for as much as I love him for, a period of our relationship, it was something else entirely. And so now having this element, this person who challenges me to these growths and keeps me accountable to this really high standard that I have for myself is really amazing for me. And this is how I kind of know what they are to me in a spiritual sense, and why I'm so grateful for what they've been able to trigger in me over the past few months, and the way that I'm able to be triggered and grow. And not only that, but to take those positive elements, those values that I wish I had more of, and be inspired by them and put that energy, that effort, those values back into my own life, and to further grow and develop as a human being. And that is fucking amazing. And that is why they deserve to be up there, front and center in everything. And even from a feng shui point of view, this is very much a give and take energy. And actually, now that I think about it, I've been getting a lot of Six of Pentacles cards, which is about this energetic give and take. And that's very much what is going on here, is there's these elements of inspiration and how our own human experience further inspires and pushes each other. And I love that. That is amazing. Like, I love that dynamic. So in my decor and in my life, that energy is very much flowing. That alignment is there. The alignment that allowed them to be brought into my life, and the alignment that kind of is keeping us in tandem, has been phenomenal. And while right now we're, working on a lot of our own personal healing and growth and passions and goals, there's still this give and take. So what I want you to do is think of someone who in your life inspires you and has these qualities that you wish you had and that you're trying to develop in your own life. And whether that be confidence or consistency or I don't know, whatever it is for you. I want you to think about that person, and I want you to draw upon that energy from them. I want you to borrow those qualities for yourself, and I want you to feel where that is in your body, where you feel that energy, whether it's willpower or passion and heart. Just feel where that is and allow it to fill you and allow it to drive you and move you. And you can do what I did and, print up a picture, put it up. You can put them on your phone, on your lock screen, or, just think about them. It doesn't really matter how you approach it. You just want to be drawing in that energy, that positive energy, those values, because the more that you draw upon it, the more it'll become part of you. And eventually you realize that you've always had it. It was just that they help reawaken it. So I hope that was insightful in some long roundabout way. Take care.